Hello everybody, what is up? It is Christian here on PlaystationFollower with a quick update about Call of Duty World War II. So this morning we learned our first bits of information about the upcoming game from Sledgehammer Games, along with a trailer which is playing underneath my speech, and some pretty key info about the campaign, a little hint into multiplayer, and some great new co-op info. But quickly, I'm gonna run through 7 key points we learned from this initial reveal, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. There is some great things to learn about this new game, but one of the important things is Josh Duhamel loves playing a dick. Okay, this isn't really one of the 7, but he's in the game, he's playing a character. Cool. Moving forward though, boots on the ground combat is back. A visceral Call of Duty experience that brings the series back to its roots. These are the key points that we're hitting throughout the entire presentation. This is the first World War II COD game in almost 10 years, the last one being World at War. They also mentioned that maps, movement, weaponry, and gameplay is all built around a boots-on-the-ground combat experience in the campaign and in multiplayer. Next up though is Divisions. Divisions are worldwide classes that allow players to ally themselves in certain groups. You can pick a class and develop your skills in that respective class, not unlike any other multiplayer shooter. Something that this reminded me of, however, is For Honor with their season system, which allows you to pick a faction and work with them till the end, or Star Wars Battlefront 2 that allows players to pick a class and upgrade them throughout the ranks. Next up about multiplayer though is Headquarters, a new mode that kind of reminds me of an MMO, along the lines of Destiny especially. A social space like the Tower where you can show off your gear, participate in different interactions, and matchmake is basically what this mode is going to be for. All we really saw from this was a screenshot. It had about 40 different players in some base camp looking thing, so there's not much to go on here, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a lot like the Tower because it is an Activision game and Destiny is doing amazing for them. One of the key things they wanted to mention for Call of Duty World War II is authenticity is front and center. Audio, visual, and atmospheric elements are critical to the Sledgehammer team's mission in developing this game. Music, motion, and emotion created through the violent nature of World War II are being highlighted in their speech of the game and the marketing. To make this possible, they are touting photorealistic graphics to help and aid in the feeling of being put on the battlefront, all made possible by 4K, HDR, Xbox Scorpio, PS4 Pro, all that fun stuff. But really, they did mention that HDR lighting is something that will help them a lot because it makes the game more cinematic. As far as the campaign goes, we do have some information that the game takes place between 1944 and 1945, strictly in Europe. D-Day at Normandy, urban combat in France, and Poland, and a final push towards Germany are all located within the narrative. The 1st Infantry is being followed on the way to German lines. So really, this is what we can expect from Call of Duty going back to World War II. The player character this time around is Private Red Daniels, a 19-year-old from Texas. Now normally I wouldn't mention this because I don't really care. You're playing your player character, nothing special about him. But what they said they took into account when developing this character is what is very notable. You play as him for about 90 to 95% of the game, and they don't want your character doing things he shouldn't. That means you're not going to be playing as some secret military badass who's just this strapping young kid brought up by his bootstraps by a commander to go kill Hitler, run on walls, do 360 YY no scope 2060 Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 shots off of Rust. So for example, if there's a mission where you have to fly a plane, you're going to be playing as a pilot. You're not going to be playing as your character, and I think that's really cool. And lastly, my favorite thing about Call of Duty, Nazi zombies, is back. This time around, they are fleshing it out again in not a crazy way, but a more dramatic way. Zombies this time around is their 3rd gameplay option, and it's a co-op story. The team is treating it like a horror game where the war is coming close to an end, and the Third Reich is trying to create a massive scientifically altered army, and thus Nazi zombies are born. Personally, for me, zombies is one of my favorite things about Call of Duty. Black Ops 1, I put so much time in Nazi zombies, and I really am happy to see that they're bringing this back. The whole Spaceland Exo Zombies thing, that was cute, but Nazi zombies is where it's at, and I love the fact that they're treating it like a horror game. The developers at Sledgehammer came from Visceral, also very well known for making Dead Space, so their history and lineage lies in horror. So I can't wait to see what they do with zombies. They did close off the presentation saying that more multiplayer info is going to be shown off at E3, most likely Sony's press conference. That's where they showed Infinite Warfare last year, so look out for that later in the year. But most importantly, I think to get goodwill from the fans, they said that they're going to be the most transparent they've ever been in developing a Call of Duty game this time around. After the whole record-breaking dislike video for Infinite Warfare last year, it's no surprise that Activision is sort of guiding their teams into taking a different approach in furthering along Call of Duty as a franchise. But that's gonna do it for me today. This is everything I thought was notable leaving the first reveal for Call of Duty World War II. Be sure to comment down below and let me know what you're looking forward to. Do you want to see more about multiplayer first? Are you really interested in the campaign? So that basically wraps everything up, and with all that being said, greatness awaits, and I'll see you all in the next video.